Did I give you an activity? Okay, Laura wasn't here. Esther, did I leave you an activity? But anyway, it doesn't matter. I'll leave you an activity today. So make sure you keep here until the end. Okay. So today we shall just review a certain section that probably, I'm not sure if both of you are around when we covered it, but I'm going to repeat so that you guys can be able to move on and do the activity that I'll leave you today. So let's go ahead and share that. Then towards the end, I'll share the activity and show you what you guys have to do. Okay, so there's a time, the last time we looked at some of these properties, these properties of solids, liquids, and gases. This is the last part of it. I wanted us to review it a little bit so that you can move forward with the activity that I'm going to leave today. Okay, so these are the properties of solids, liquid, and gases. Now, these depend on how the particles in the compounds or in these materials are arranged. Okay, so the arrangement of particles will determine the properties of that particular substance. It is important to remember that because it is what determines the properties of that particular substance. For example, it is easier to run fast on land than it is to swim fast. And why do you think that is? Why is it easy to run on land than to swim? Can someone give me a reason why it is easier to run than to swim? Yes, Kyle?
Because the solid ground does not move as you step on it.
Okay. What resistance does someone face while running?
Sorry, teacher. And while you're swimming, there's water resistance because it's everywhere around you. You can't swim on top of it. You must swim in the water.
Okay, good. So when you're running on land, you are facing the resistance of air, okay, or gases. They're the ones that are pushing you backwards to make sure that you don't run in front. And we see that the particles in air are far apart, okay, as you can see. They are far apart, meaning someone who is running on land will face little resistance. But like Kyle is saying, in a liquid or in water, you will have to face resistance of these particles that are closely packed together, okay? These particles are way closely packed together. So there is a high resistance in water than on land. Therefore, someone cannot swim as fast as they can run on land. It's important to know that. All that is because of arrangement of particles of these substances. Okay. So the particles in solids, okay. What are some of the properties of particles in solids? What properties do you know about particles in solids? Laura, tell us the first particle property, I mean. Esther, try. Laura is still thinking. Properties in solids, properties of particles in solids. Esther and Laura, can you hear us?
Yes.
Yeah. Kyle.
Properties in solids are that the particles in the solid are so close together that they're vibrating and have very little space in them.
Okay, they are closely packed together, that is correct. And they're in continuous vibration. That is true. They are closely packed to one another and in fixed positions. The forces of attraction between them are very, very, very strong. Let me see. Okay. And then the particles can vibrate, but cannot move past each other, so they vibrate in fixed positions. And then they are close together, touching each other. So they're very, very close to each other. Those are the properties of solids. Okay, and as you can see from this picture, they are really, really, really close to each other. Very, very, very close to each other. They're even touching. Okay. And the forces between them are also very, very strong. And then particles in liquids. What are some of the properties of particles in liquids? Particles in liquids. Yes, Laura?
Particles in liquids are arranged in a random way and have spaces between them, large spaces between them.
Okay, they are arranged in a random way. They have larger spaces between them than in solids. That's good. Kyle?
Yes, Laura already said what I wanted to say.
Okay, yeah, that's true. They're arranged in that way. They can also move over one another, things like that. So they vibrate, but can also move past each other. And then they are close and touching each other as in solid. However, the forces of attraction between particles are not strong as in solids. They have weaker attraction between them, cannot support particles in a position, so liquids take up the shape of the container in which they are put. So yeah, those are the properties of liquids. As you can see here, their movement, they can move over one another, all right? They are closely packed, but not as in solids, so they have some spaces in between them. And the forces of attraction are also not that strong. So the other reason why liquids can flow is because the molecules in there can move over one another. So that facilitates their flowing, or the reason why they flow. What about particles in gases? What are some of their properties? Esther, today you're quiet. Properties of particles in gases. Okay, Kai.
They have a lot of space between them and do not touch each other as much as the liquids do.
Okay, good. So yeah, they are not that closely packed. There are spaces in between them, and they do not touch as much as in liquids. What about the forces of attraction? Yes, Laura?
The attractive forces between the particles of gases are very weak.
Okay, the forces of attraction are weak. That is correct. Good job. So yeah, those are the properties of gases. The particles of gases are very far from each other. They move quickly in all directions, spread out in a squeezed or enclosed container, and they move closer together. So those are the properties. An example of that, we can see it in a balloon. We saw this picture last time. So in a balloon, you'll find that once you put in air and then leave it to sit somewhere for a long time, you find that the pressure decreases. The pressure decreases because these gas particles are able to move through the very, very tiny openings in that balloon. Okay, so they keep knocking around the walls of the balloon until they find these small areas where they can pass and move out. Therefore, the pressure will decrease with time. So that's what I wanted to remind us before we moved on to the next small topic. On the next small topic that we shall look at, I have an activity for you that I want you to start doing right now. So let me share it. And then you can see what I want you to do. So here is how it looks like. Okay. It's going to involve some research that you're going to do to be able to attempt it very well. So here is what I need you to do. Okay. I have questions. Questions are here. The first question is, using suitable examples, explain the following terms, what they mean. The first one, kinetic theory of matter. So go make research on this and make sure you answer it well. Brownian motion, diffusion. So defining these three terms. Okay. Second part of the question, describe two ways in which properties of a liquid is similar to that of a solid. A gas is similar to that of a liquid in terms of properties. Okay. I've just looked at the properties of each, so I'm sure you'll be able to answer this. Then part B, give reasons for each of the similarities you have stated in A above, which is right there. And C, why is gas compressible, why a liquid is incompressible, yet particles of the two states are undergo Brownian motion in a similar pattern. Okay, so those are the questions that I want you to answer. Now, someone has a question or a comment. Let's see. Kyle, I'm explaining what you're going to do right now. Why do you rush yourself? So, this is all part of the lesson. So do not say that the lesson is done yet. This is what I want you to do. I am thinking of this. I'm going to divide this work into the three of you. So each person will do a certain part. Okay. After doing that part, you have to present to me your answers the next time we meet. So that will be the first thing you'll do. So let me go ahead and assign colors. Esther, what is your favorite color? You can type it in the chat box. Laura, what is yours? And Kyle? Laura says black. What about you, Kyle? Gray. And Esther, type your favorite color there. So I'm coloring this gray. This question is in gray. Finding the perfect gray here. Okay, this question is in gray. That belongs to Kyle since it is his favorite color. And then this question here up here is going to be in black because that is Laura's favorite color. So let me find the best black here. Okay, that is for Laura. And then lastly, this one is for, let me see if she has Esther. Esther, have you mentioned your favorite color? Let me see. Purple. Okay. Yeah, if you had just said lavender, I would just give up. I don't even know how lavender looks like. I only know the lavender, the oil. But you said purple. Purple is right here. This is Esther's question. Let me try to space them right there and right here. So these are your questions. Please go start doing them, okay? Make a Word document or a PowerPoint because you'll have to share the next time we meet. So remember this, the next time we meet, you'll have to share your findings on these 3 questions. Each one, just do your own question. If you want, feel free to research about the other questions that I've assigned another person, but for now, just do yours. Okay. So start right now and make sure that you finish early and you prepare to share the next time we meet. Someone has a question? If you want, you can submit. If you're done and you want to submit, you can submit to my email, which is down here, or into the website. You can just attach it as a message in our website. Have you guys accessed the website yet? My email is always right here, down here. Have you accessed the website? You know how to send messages and all that. If you have not, just submit to my email so that I can see it before we meet the next time for you to present your work. So those are your questions. Any questions about that or concerns? Questions or concerns? Have you all understood what to do? Laura, have you understood what to do?
Yes.
Okay. And Kyle, have you understood? Okay, good. Esther, have you understood what to do?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, good job. So start now before you get busy, because I'm sure you have other classes. Start now, finish it, submit, be ready to talk about it the next time we meet. So the next time we meet, you guys will be able, you'll be the one sharing screen first. You share your screen and present, and then shall move on from there to the next subtopic. Is that clear? Okay, good job. I'm going to send this activity to the WhatsApp group, but Kyle keeps telling me to send it on his email. I never get to see the email though. Can you guys access the WhatsApp group, all of you? Kyle, you can't access the WhatsApp group? Kyle, unmute and speak. You can't access the WhatsApp group.
No, I cannot.
Okay. What's your email? Type your email in the chat box. Laura, you can access the WhatsApp group, right? And Esther?
Yes.
Okay, so for
Yes.
you, you'll find the activity in the WhatsApp group. Let me get Kyle's email and then I'll send that one there. Yeah, I was wondering, it is 18, okay. I already have you in my email list. I will send it. Kale, that's it for today. Make sure you start working on that activity really quick so that you finish it early. The earlier, the better. Do not procrastinate and find yourself not ready next week. Unless you have any questions for me. Do you have any questions?
No.
No.
All right, good job. Go do that activity. I'll see you soon. Well done.
Thank
You're welcome.